Hey guys, Mr. Morrison here. Hope you had a great weekend and I hope everybody is doing well. So I want to get us started on this coming week's work. So to start with, I cleaned up Google Classroom so it's more user friendly. If you log into Google Classroom, when you look at the top next to where it says Mr. Morrison, 4th grade, 2019-2020, there's two buttons you need to be aware of. One of them says stream and one of them says classwork. So the stream is where you're going to post your pictures and your comments, where I'm going to do roll each day. I'm going to move Mr. Webb's riddles and jokes to the stream each day and not do them in the video just to save time because these videos are getting a little long. And one thing I've learned in the past week is making and editing videos takes forever. And so I'm going to try to keep these short and sweet. When you go to Google Classroom, the stream is just going to be filled with whatever's the newest thing. And I'll delete some things as we go along, but it's just going to end up getting super long. Where you want to find your classwork is under classwork. What I did, if you go to classwork, if you look on the side, it'll say topics. And the topics are daily instructions, writing, math, reading, art and music, social studies, science. And then the last one, it says archive. That's just a fancy word for old work that I didn't delete yet. I deleted everything that we don't need anymore. I deleted all your comments and all your pictures. And I'll do that each week to clean it up, but that's just going to be in the stream. Go to the classwork. The first thing you need to do is go to where it says daily instructions. I've made a hyperdoc for each day next week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You're going to open up the hyperdoc. And the first thing is it's going to tell you what the spirit day is for that week. So I haven't heard anything from the PTA as of yet, though it'll probably come out right after I do this video. But I picked 5 spirit days for next week. And those are at the front of the hyperdoc. Then you're going to see your work for the week. So let's go through that. The first thing you're going to see is writing. And you're going to do an information report this week about your family. So you're going to look at the daily instructions and it's going to tell you writing, information report, my family. Instructions can be found in the writing section. So then you're going to go back to Google Classroom and the classwork and you're going to look on the side where it says topics and click on writing. You're going to see that in the instructions. You're going to make a 5-paragraph informational essay on your family. The directions are in the writing section, and I also made a sample that you can look at. Put some pictures in there, be creative with it. The basic idea is it's a 5-paragraph informational essay with an introduction, 3 body paragraphs. Maybe you type about a person in your family in each one. I kind of grouped them together. I did my kids, my pets, and my wife, but you can mix it up how you want to. But look at the instructions on that and have fun with that and definitely add some pictures. And that's in the writing section. For those of you who didn't turn in the Gold Rush information writing, you can also find that in the writing section. It's really easy. It's much cleaner now. Okay. Then the next thing you're going to look at is in the daily plan. And the next thing is reading. Okay. So reading is going to be the same all week. The first thing is there's a wonder of the day, and each separate daily instructions has the link right in the hyperdoc. Really easy. You're going to read the wonder of the day. You're going to do the vocab questions. You're going to do the did you get it? You're going to move on to the next thing. The next thing is to continue to read for 30 or more minutes. We can be really flexible on this. You can listen to audiobooks. You can read with your brother or sister. You can read with your mom or dad. You can read on your own. I'd like you to mix it up because I think that would make it a lot more fun. So listen to an audiobook, read to your dog, have your dad read to you a little bit, whatever you want to do, but just make sure you're getting at least 30 minutes of reading. And just like last week in a Google Doc, please write a short summary each day. And I gave a sample on here. The third thing to do for reading is each day I assigned you an IXL under the language arts, and then you're going to go to reading strategies, which is the first one in language arts. And then each day I've picked analyzing informational text section, and it's highlighted in the daily plan. And then you need to either get to 80 points or do it for 15 minutes because some of the passages are kind of long, and so you might not get to 80 points if you're reading at a good pace. Now, for my speed readers out there, maybe you'll get to 80 points, but each day there's a different IXL reading strategy to work on. Okay, so that's reading. Math. One thing I tried to do is I tried to make a bunch of videos, but I realized I don't really have the right equipment for making long videos and editing and all that, so I did the next best thing, which is I took somebody else's videos. So I have listed in the math, there will always be the first thing to do is a video or 2 to watch. They're 5, 6, 7 minutes long. You don't have to take notes, but just please watch, okay? Please at that time, please listen. Don't be watching Hannah Montana on the TV while you're trying to watch the YouTube videos. Then there will be a game some days to play. We're getting into fraction and decimals this week. and then there will be a quiz or two. And there's all the links are in the hyperdocs. That shouldn't take you too long. It should take you 10, 15 minutes to watch the videos, play the game for 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes on the quizzes. And then I'd like you still to do 20 minutes a day of either IXL or Khan Academy. And again, this is all in the daily instructions in the math section. All right, moving on to science. So I know Mrs. Rad gave you some science in her Google Classroom, and I've given you some science too. Each day there is a YouTube video to watch. This week's focus in geology is going to be fossils. And there's a video to watch each day. They vary in length. They're no longer than like 8 or 9 minutes or so. And then each day I've given you an IXL science area to complete. And please get 80 points on those. They're not very hard, and they're all about fossils. Okay, straightforward in science. That should really take you about 20 minutes a day. All right, social studies. You got two things going on, right? You've got your Gold Rush project, and you can still find the instructions to that in the social studies section in Google Classroom. And that is due when we come back from school, which right now is going to be April 14th. The other thing I've added in there is a California State Symbols interactive digital notebook. It's super cool. So you're going to make a copy, name it something that you can find it, and it's a slideshow. And there's links on it that are going to get you to a video and get you to a reading section, and it's all about all the state symbols. The first 3 pages of it are the instructions, and then it starts on page 4. What I want you to do each day is complete 2 slides. Now you can go in any order you want to. If you really want to do the state animal first or the state flower first, go for it. But you need to do 2 pages, 2 slides each day, and then it has enough pages where if you do 2 each day this week and 2 each day next week, we'll turn it in next week on Friday. So please make a copy, and it seems to work best to look at the links when you have the slideshow in presentation mode, and that's that button in the top corner that's going to make it full screen. It makes the links work. When I was going through, I noticed 1 or 2 of the links didn't work anymore from when we made this a couple years ago. If you can't find the link, then it's okay. You can just find the information. All right, so that's social studies. PE, 20 to 30 minutes. In the hyperdoc here, there's a lot of ideas that you can do. 20 to 30 minutes. I know what a lot of people are doing is getting out and walking with their family. As I've been running around town, I've never seen so many people walking at a safe distance away from one another or running. So get out there and do something with your family safely, or do something at home. There's lots of ideas in the Google Doc. Okay, art and music. So each day, please complete 1 of the 5 drawings in the art section. There are 5 videos. They're all Patty Fernandez, the Connect lady. And please make sure each day you do those. And I would love it if you take a picture and send them to me or post it in Google Classroom, but those make my day when I get to see those. Also, practice your music, right? Practice our play, practice your lines, start memorizing your lines. If you're a Fern, then you're like Fern 3, 4, or 5, you need to write some lines, right? We're adding some funny little lines here and there. But practice each day. One day sing, one day practice your lines, mix it up a little bit. After that, you're going to find at the bottom a section called Enrich Yourself. And the 4th and 5th grade teachers have all been communicating via email and WEBEX and other things. And we made a giant list. It's a huge list of extra things you can do. There's a reading section, a museum section, a music section, zoos and aquarium, science, dance and yoga, arts and crafts, coding and tech, all kinds of extra things you can do. So if you have extra time and you want to do some extra learning, go and explore some of those things. There's some really cool stuff in there. So what I want you to do is I want you to explore this, okay? So I'm going to send this out tonight on Sunday, and I'd like you tomorrow to explore these things. Figure out the difference between the stream and the classwork. Figure out where the different sections are for the topics. Figure out kind of where things go. And we have our first WEBEX tomorrow. So tomorrow at 11 a.m., we will do our first WEBEX, which is basically FaceTiming, right? It's the same idea. If you go to Google Classroom, at the top of the stream, there's the link. You just click on it, and there's some basic login. It's going to ask for an email and a name. I will also send the information out in tonight's email. But I think this will work a lot better with how the classwork is organized. Just to be really clear, the only things that have to be turned in, preferably by Friday, because people were still turning in things from last week today, so it's going to take me a day or two to get back to you on those. But the only things that have to be turned in by the end of the week are the reading summary section, 5 short summaries with page numbers about what you read, and your writing. everything else you need to get done, but it doesn't have to be turned into me. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Please explore everything. I look forward to seeing all your beautiful faces on WebEx tomorrow. And you know how to get a hold of me. Bye.